It is recording. What's up, everybody? Testing, testing. I haven't tested my audio yet. Let me test it then. Hold on a second. Test, test. One, two, three. I can hear myself loud and clear. So then people should to do the same. What's up, Daniel? How's it going?
Hello, Teacher John. I'm fine, and you?
Better presence, man.
Thank you for.
Now we have the start of the moment. Esme. It is Esme, Esme. How do I pronounce your name? Please help me.
Oh, hi. Here in the Netherlands, like Esmé.
Esme.
Like I in Portuguese, it's similar. The E with the accent. E,
Like Esme?
Esmé.
Oh.
Yes, yeah, that's good. That's good. But I don't mind anything. Also, in capoeira, my nickname is Vampira. So
Vampire?
if
Why?
Esmé is too difficult for you, you can also say Vampira.
Hold on a second. You do capoeira.
Yes, here at home, like well, with my school.
That's awesome. Do you know how to do a backflip?
No, I'm not
I
that
know.
not that flexible.
I know how to do it.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I'm 105 kilos.
Okay. I
That's
wonder how that works. No, I never saw you do a backflip on the Instagram account.
seriously, I'm gonna send you some videos later on. It is because I practice parkour since I was 11.
Parkour? It's like when you're in public and you go over the buildings and stuff.
I like the in public. Sometimes it's like by ourselves, but mostly in
Oh,
public. Yeah, it is a urban sport, we say.
yeah, that's really cool.
Okay, that's nice. Well, I have here today. Is there any more people to join? No? So I have teacher Julie, got Benjamin, Daniel, Bruno, and me. And you are the theme. And
Okay.
how do you know Portuguese? Let me know about it.
I was obsessed with Portuguese since I started to do capoeira. I was 11. I did capoeira for 1 year and then the school like went bankrupt. So I had to stop. But that's when I like started to learn the numbers and some words, but I never learned further. And then 2 years ago, I was like, I want to do something new. I'm gonna learn Portuguese. And luckily, my university also offered Portuguese classes. They were from Portugal, but it's okay. I took
Okay,
them.
okay.
It
And
was a
you,
lot of fun.
the
Yeah.
Portuguese you know it is Brazilian Portuguese, is it?
Sorry?
The Portuguese you know is the Brazilian Portuguese, is it?
Yes, it's the Brazilian Portuguese. Well, it's my version of Portuguese that I learned, so it's neither
Então,
from Portugal or
let me
the
try something, let me
languages.
try something. Se eu fosse te perguntar, então, na moralzinha, assim, quem é você? Você conseguiria se apresentar para nós?
What do I have to pronounce and stuff? I'm so nervous because you record it. I don't want to say it
But
wrong.
did you understand what I said?
Like 50%.
Ah, that's what I wanted to know. I was like being like Brazilian citizen using specific words to see if you could understand it fully. But that's not necessary. I'm just kidding. Well,
Okay.
I like to teach English with ChatGPT mostly nowadays. It's been 17 years that I'm teaching. My English is not the best because I spent half of my time working out and half of my time studying other stuff. For example, Japanese. Um,
Wow.
and it is not a work in progress, it's not that thing.
Hmm.
So if I make any mistake in English, please forgive me. And here I brought 10 questions to be asked. That will be, I don't know, can you see what I'm sharing here?
Yes, I see here are 10 engaging questions.
Great.
And then the text, I see it, yeah.
Awesome. So let's start with the first one about studies. That's, well,
Okay.
that's really interesting. As me, what inspired you to choose global studies as your field or study? Starting with this one.
Okay. So, well, here in the Netherlands, we choose what we want to study when we are about 17 or 18. and I never liked any of the studies that they offered because I thought they were too limiting. Like for example, if you study economics, you will only study about economics. If you
Uh,
study about medicine, you will only learn about medical stuff. And then I saw global studies, and it had like from every faculty had some courses. So I
but
just
at
am
what time we're
basically.
supposed, at what age you're supposed to choose what you want?
Well, our high school is divided into multiple levels. So
Hmm.
you have like a lower level for if you like struggle a bit with school subjects. Then there is a medium level, which is for average students, and then there is a higher level that's meant for going to university. And I was in the last one, which takes 6 years. So we decide what we want to study at 18. Sorry if
Okay.
that makes sense for you. Sorry.
No, that did. Was that on a specific moment that led you to the decision, like the moment that you remember how old you were at the time?
To be honest, it was just the deadlines approaching. It was like, you have to choose now. I was like, oh
Okay.
my God, okay, choose. There was no
Okay.
specific motivation, but like, if I didn't sign myself up, I would have no studies. So it was basically because of that. I didn't know if it was going to be a good decision. It was like kind of a guess, but it was a good decision.
Was it?
Yeah,
Why you think it was a good decision?
because through this program, I find out what I really like, which is things related to inequality between countries, but also cities and within cities. I always find it super interesting to visit cities and see how people live. So that's how I want to know, okay, I want to study further related to cities and be an urban planner.
Okay, got it. Have you been to other countries?
If I've been to other countries,
Yeah.
yes, I've been to a lot of countries here in Europe. Because I live very centrally in Europe, so it's quite
Um,
easy for me to reach
okay.
another country. For example, Germany, it's 15 minutes by car, 15 minutes to
No,
go to Germany, and to go to Belgium, like 30 minutes. So it's not very difficult for us to visit
okay,
another country. You can
got
go
it.
grocery shopping in Germany. And I've also visited some other countries in Europe, like like Croatia, France, Norway, and I've also been to Mexico because my boyfriend is from Mexico, and I went there to see his family. And I went to Indonesia because that's where I did a field study. So I went to Indonesia to conduct research for my studies.
So I believe that the closest country you have something to imagine Brazil it is Mexico.
Yeah,
You know,
sorry.
our yeah, we are beaners. We are also beaners as Mexicans.
Ah, okay. I
You
like that.
know,
I get it now. Yeah, I guess maybe. But also, I found Indonesia similar to Brazil. Well, I've not been to
seriously,
Brazil, but also in Indonesia, the people are really into dancing, singing, making music, like going out and stuff. Yeah, it reminded me of Brazil. I don't know why, even if Indonesia is like across the world in
do they
Asia.
play soccer in Indonesia?
Sorry,
Do they play soccer at Indonesia?
they play soccer.
Like Brazilians do? Just kidding. Well,
Of course, not like Brazilians do.
like Brazilians used to, right? Because nowadays the stories is different.
Oh
The
yeah.
Yeah, Brazil is not that good at soccer as it used to be. It's just like a legend.
Oh, okay. I don't know much about soccer, so you should tell me more about that sometime.
Um, the same goes to us here. We don't care about soccer because that's too mainstream for real.
Oh yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Well, languages and culture, you said a bit about it, but for us, it's totally different. So you've studied Portuguese. What was the biggest challenge in learning it? And what did you enjoy most about the process?
Oh my God. To be honest, it's still a big challenge. The biggest challenge is the pronunciation and getting the words out of my mouth. Like, I can think it, but getting it out there is like a whole different story. It's very different
Just,
from
just
English
like
and
Brazilians with English.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, but I think that to speak Portuguese, your mouth has to make so many movements that I'm just not used to. Like I didn't have
Yeah.
this problem with English
Yeah.
or German or something.
It's
Just
more how to pronounce this? Syllabical, syllable, I don't know.
syllables.
No, syllabico. How to say syllabico? You go, no, teacher, Julie, you know, let me ask ChatGPT, syllabico, syllabic is something. Wait
Not
a minute.
syllabical. It would be so obvious.
ChatGPT, how to say syllabico in English?
Syllabic is translated as syllabic in English.
Syllabic.
Anything else you want to know?
Syllabic. It is, Julie. It is syllabic. Well,
That's right, John.
Yeah,
That's
so it is so obvious, and it is.
You're on a roll.
that was
Anything
obvious. Do you talk with your ChatGPT in Indonesia?
Me
Yeah.
being in Indonesia.
Do you guys talk with ChatGPT?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we do. I never use the speech function, only to write. I haven't
You,
discovered that option yet, to be honest, like the speak option.
you gotta try it, man. It is really
Yeah, I will
smart.
try it.
Yeah, that's what I was asking you if you use it, because if you don't, do it and do it for your future students, because, well, that's the thing. You know, in order to learn language, that's the future. If you want to define any word, translate any word, learn any language, ChatGPT is like one button of any response. So if you don't know how to say it, just ask it how to say it. And Portuguese is going to be one thing that you can learn here. Well, what is your first language? Let me show you. Instead of like just selling the product, let me show you. What is your first language?
Is that a question for me?
Yeah, always for you.
My first language is Dutch.
Dutch.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try something here. Chat. Okay, I have a friend here. Her name is Esmé, and she does not use the conversation voice which with ChatGPT yet. Can you convince her in Dutch to download and then pay the app to have this option?
Hello, Esmé.
Do it again, sorry.
Hello, Esmé. To use the voice conversation
No,
feature in the
but in Dutch.
Hallo Esmé. Om de spraakfunctie in de ChatGPT-app te gebruiken, kun je de app downloaden en de spraakoptie inschakelen. Heel eenvoudig.
Can you say that you você pode falar para ela que ela pode aprender português também de maneira mais prática?
Zeker. Je kunt haar ook vertellen dat ze op een praktische manier Portugees kan leren met de app. Veel succes!
Ela falou que o português ele é muito silábico e como que a gente pode falar para ela que mesmo sendo silábico dá para pegar tranquilo?
Portugees is misschien syllabisch, maar je kunt het nog steeds gemakkelijk onder de knie krijgen. Veel succes!
So what you thought about it? Is that accurate?
That's accurate, but it's so funny because it has an accent from Belgium and not from the Netherlands, which is so funny. But I can
Sounds like
understand how well.
Italian.
That's awesome, huh? What, Ju?
It sounds like a mixture of Italian and English.
Italian.
It
That's
sounds a little
strange
Italian.
because it's not related to like Roman languages, but that's funny.
Poxa, não teria nem nada a ver uma coisa com a outra, diz ela. That's awesome, man. So try it. I don't know how much that's in your country, but it's totally worth it as you can see. And you can use images, uh, web researches like this one. It creates some files like PowerPoint files, Word, Excel files. So it's pretty smart, useful.
You
Well,
have to pay for that?
to have the best version, yeah, but the free version suits pretty well.
Okay, so the free version also has the voice thing.
Yeah, but it's limited. I
Okay.
think like 15 minutes daily. I don't know. Never use it in the free version. I think
Oh,
it's totally worth it using the paying version for sure. Well, Netherlands versus the world. Let me see. What do you think about Brazil? Could you learn from Netherlands when it comes to urban planning and equally? Equality, sorry.
Well, that's an interesting question because today I was talking with Bruna on WhatsApp, and she explained me how in Brazil, in if you go to a private school, you will learn much better English than when you go to a public school, I think. And that completely blew my mind because here we don't have private schools. We have only public schools, and I didn't know what a private school was until like last year. So I think it's a really crazy concept to have p private schools. Just didn't make any sense to me. Why some people deserve a different education than others. Because here it's all the schools are exactly the same. They're all the same. Like if you're rich, poor, you go to the same school. So I think, yeah, of course, that's not something that Brazil could learn because it's not something that you do like from one day to the other, you know. But
You know, your
yeah.
voice is a little cracky. I don't know why.
Oh,
Something's happening with maybe it is the connection. Let me know about something I was thinking about what you said. And what about the professor concept? What do people think about being a teacher, for example?
how do you mean that?
Yeah, because if you say here in Brazil, oh, I'm a teacher, people gonna look at you like, yeah, fuck it. So probably you were a fucked up guy that earns almost nothing. Oh, poor of you, you know. You must have done, you must do it because you love it, right? Not something profitable. Because for Brazilians, if you were a professor, it means that you are, in love with the job. Because there's no any other reasons, like
Really?
really. The
So
reason
it's not a job that pays well? Is that what you mean?
that pays well.
Oh, I
It is
didn't.
a job. You gotta be like really professional at you do to pays well, and we got to work for the government on public university or for the state, or like I do for myself.
Mm,
If you work for yourself, you have your social media with a tool, and you work with social media the way social media was built to be worked, like selling your product, like I do. You, for example, you met me because of the videos, right?
hmm
The videos were an idea of me thinking of, oh, I don't want to educate people anymore. I want to record Brazilians' reality regarding English. So we started recording people on street to real to show people their English. Look, people, that this is your English. That's why Juliana do not appear, me do not appear, because the focus are not us. The focus
hmm
are people. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So English in Brazil is a thing for real. Only
Yeah, it's a
5%
very interesting concept.
people speak it. 3% would be fluent. 2% would be like C1, C2, and I'm being very optimistic when I'm saying that.
So 5% only speak English.
Speak English.
So, but when you do the videos, when I watch the interviews, there are like a decent amount of people who do speak English. So where are all the people who don't speak English?
See, we have what internet tell us. This number has never changed. I started teaching when I was 15 up to 16. Now I'm 31, and this number never changed. People always say, "Oh, 95% of Brazilians do not speak English," but is that real? Who said that? Who's counting?
hmm
It's been 3 years that Juliana, Bruno, and me, we are recording random people, at least on on um on a famous place that is Florianopolis, where a lot of people from Brazil come. So we decided not to be traveling around Brazil because that would be
hmm
cost a lot and for what. But we are on a place that every time that we go out to record people, it is not citizens from Florianopolis, but are tourists from around the world, actually, not only
Yeah,
Brazil.
yeah, from around the world. I saw it. Really interesting.
So that's what I'm asking you, because how professors are needed. Because if you say here, I know that in Japan, for example, you say that you are a sensei. People gonna look at you, oh, damn, that's insane. Oh, konnichiwa, and whatever. But Brazil is not like that.
Mm.
No? And what about there in Netherlands?
Here, being a teacher or a professor is just like any other job. It's not the best. It's not like amazing, but it's not a bad job at all. It's just similar to, for example, let me think of something similar actually. Yeah, it's similar to working at the municipality, for example, or working in a shop or being a shop owner, or it's just a job, yeah.
Shop owner? Like, what kind of shop owner?
For example, if you are the manager of the supermarket, like there are a lot of small supermarkets here, so something like that, or I don't know, you are someone who works at the restaurant. Here we don't have like people don't judge each other for the job that they have, so it's not really something big to talk about, I will say.
See that? See that? Or see this? That's awesome. Well, let's keep going. Future dreams we have. You mentioned that waiting to be an urban planner and work with the inclusive cities. What would your ideal city look like? That's a good one.
Okay, yeah, no, that's a good one, but I think I know the answer. Because let me take like European cities as an example, because it's like about the only ones that I've been to, and you see that the city is really separated, especially when it comes to migration. So, for example, people who move from another country to that country, they all live in the same neighborhood. So you have like a neighborhood of Indian people, a neighborhood of Syrian people, and that really doesn't make the city peaceful because the people don't interact with each other. So in my ideal city, the people would be divided equally, like distributed evenly over the city's territory, I guess, and interact with each other. Sorry, interact with each other in new ways. Yeah, not so much against each other, but like together.
It's like in Brazil, in Florianopolis, for example.
What is there in Florianopolis?
All mixed up together, rich people,
Yeah.
black people, foreign people, yeah, poor people, we are all together. When you go to the beach, we have 5 kilometers of a beach full of people. When I say full, it is full of people of all kinds. Of all
Okay.
have people doing anything, people playing soccer, playing smoking, having beer, and you know, dancing capoeira, fighting capoeira, everything you can imagine, surfing, drowning, dying, kissing at the same time. That's Brazil. Especially Florianópolis, especially Florianópolis. With
Are
like
there mostly Brazilians living there, or are there also people from other countries living in Florianopolis?
Florianópolis is just like Florida, a small island, and it is a specific place for people to go on a vacation. So people tend to come here to spend good time, to go to the beach, to surf. It's a little expensive, but you can survive here if you have your own company. It is just like Florida, but Brazil is Brazilian Florida.
Okay, I think I know more about Brazil than America, so I don't know about Florida. But thank you anyway for the comparison.
Absolutely, it's hard to explain because we are a very big land and we're separated in like how half, especially after the last elections. People people tore apart Brazil in a way that we have the extreme of one side and the extreme of another side. Everybody's wrong, and the government do do what the government do. That is stealing people, not investing in education, and people are not giving a about it. People are giving a fucking about social media nowadays. So we have people on the government that are almost like influencers, you know? So Brazil is a mess, man. It is hard to explain that. And we have south of Brazil and we got north of Brazil that are definitely not the same place.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. And I am in the middle of it because I'm a teacher. I cannot point directions and point
Mm-hmm.
what I like, what I know. So I tend to always to be in the middle of a war where I know there are some people that you know
Mm-hmm.
you gotta there are some
You're
people
keeping the balance. Yeah.
keeping the balance to people not to kill themselves
Mm-hmm.
because uh, education in Brazil is something that is really, really, how can I say that, man? I don't know how to say it. It is different. It is different. It is different. For example, I didn't learn the English that I know in school. I learned by myself
Mm-hmm.
because I wanted, and I was like one in 100 that wanted to learn it. Because most of people, it is part of their culture here in Brazil, not give a fuck about English. Okay, I have it
Mm-hmm.
later. I have the chat.
Okay.
Well, am I wrong? Am I lying? Am I lying? Tô mentindo, Bruno? No. Okay, okay. Well, that's interesting to know that your ideal city would look just like our city. Interesting, huh?
That's great. I just move everyone from here to Florianopolis. Why
Write it
not?
down. Write it down. Every day I talk with some guy or some girl different from some different country, and they are all having a good time. Their currency is very valuable here. The American currency is like six times bigger nowadays. And how much it is o europeu? O euro? 6,50. So euro is like six times better than our currency. So if you come here for 10 euros, you can buy 60 stuff, 60 stuff plus there's
Mm-hmm.
well, future Jews, let me go here. Humanitarian work. Your dream is to be a humanitarian, as you said. Was that a specific event or cause that sparked this passion in you? Yeah, that's one too.
Oh, that's so difficult. I think I don't want to make it too political, because
Oh,
but I think just like, when you're a child and you're watching the TV and you see like a terrible catastrophe going on, and you're like, oh, this is pretty serious, like things like war, hunger, and now especially recently when I see a lot about, I don't know if you know them, Médecins Sans Frontières.
mhm.
Do you know Médecins Sans Frontières?
No.
What is it called in English? It's called Doctors Without Borders.
Ah,
I,
Médicos Sem
I,
Fronteiras.
huh?
Médicos Sem Fronteiras.
Yeah, that I saw them on LinkedIn and stuff, and I thought it was a really meaningful job to have to help out with these things. But honestly, if you're a humanitarian worker, you make very, very little money, and everything here is super expensive. So I cannot be it right now because I need a roof over my head and stuff like that. But maybe later when I'm older and have money.
I opened to hear this Floripa Mil Grau because it is journalists from Floripa
Hmm.
that they post things that is happening now. So I want to show you now what's going on now here in my city. Well,
Okay.
we're talking about situations of humans and etc. So it is raining. It is raining a
Oh,
lot. And yeah, the city it is passing over this how to say flooded, flooded, right?
yeah, flooded. It's flooded. Oh
It
my
is
God. Is that right now?
right now. See, 3 hours ago, it is my
Oh my
city.
God.
Today I was with Bruno on the street. We went to the supermarket. We I was like, let me see if I can move to at least to the supermarket because some people can barely do that, as you can see. And now we are talking about English and human situations and equality, cities, etc. You know. So I feel blessed because now I could be just like one of my neighbors, like that, as you can see.
Mm.
This is just like 100, 200 meters from my house. And as I said in the group, today can rain the world. I'm going to be team. That's why I'm here today. But this is the reality of nowadays. Today, actually.
How how do you react when you see that, like in your city? Or do you feel scared?
I do feel scared. I've been scared the whole day, all day long. Looking outside, like, oh, how's the water? How's the water level? And I live close to the mountain, so to water reach my point, we gotta be really, really fucked up. So I'm a
Mm.
little relieved because of that, but at the same time, here it is the places that we tend to go to record people. It is our friends. It is where we live. It's actually where we live, and it was like before 24 hours. Yesterday it was not like that.
How? And is it like the rain season right now? Like I don't know what it's called. That why it rains so much?
No, there's no rain season. It's been hot, and it has never been that hot the way it is. And we got, let me show you a neighbor state called Rio Grande do Sul.
Mm.
Yeah, that was news on the entire planet. I don't know if you heard about it. Wait, here, I think it is good. No, Rio Grande do Sul here. I want to show you the map.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Rio Grande do Sul. This is Santa Catarina. We are, no, this is Rio Grande do Sul, south of Brazil. This is Santa Catarina. And we live in a really small island here. Rio Grande do Sul got flooded by rivers, like in the middle of it here. A lot of people died, etc. And now that we live on an island, we have this floated because of the rain and because of some lakes, because of the ocean and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
just showing you because the question specifically that it said looking children watching it on the television, right? And we have my son here today. Benjamin is here. Just imagine we have three generations here. I'm 31, you're 20, he's almost 10. And
Okay.
what he's looking on the internet and on his city today, I said to him, "We are not going to the gym because the city is flooded."
Mm-hmm.
Just imagine it. I'm just laughing because I'm nervous, but that's a reality.
Yeah, it is. Does it happen often like that? With
No,
the oh, okay, at least
yeah, but I was expecting it to happen some day, but it's not happening here in my house, thank God. But I was expecting it to happen, and I said it's like 1 month, mês atrás. 1 month ago, I said it. Just imagine if it rains too much. What would happen to these people that lived here? Bruno was saying, yeah, that would be hard, and it's happening now.
mm-hmm.
Well, education and impact. How do you think education is, especially learning language, can help reduce global inequalities?
So you mean like learning languages in school or by
Learning language,
yourself?
because Brazilian, they do not have that much options.
Mm,
So learning languages in general, because, for example, you speak how many languages? Four?
something like that.
Something like that. She's humble, huh? She's humble. Wow, something like that. For us, speaking two languages, it is something, oh, that's pretty. Three languages, like, man, you're a genius. Goddamn.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was like, yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. So learning languages to you in your reality can help reduce global inequities. inequality somehow, in your opinion?
I mean, I think so. I think that if more people learn more languages, they would automatically have like more job opportunities within their country, but also outside of it. That's the first thing that kind of comes to mind. But I think that global inequalities have a different cause than languages. I think there are a lot of factors. So I'm not sure if it will actually make inequalities a lot less. But certainly for a lot of individuals, they could have better opportunities because of learning languages. I don't know if that makes sense. It's kind of late. It's like almost it's 12:30 in the night here, so sorry.
Makes sense. Definitely makes sense. It is funny because your way of thinking, it is way mature for people of your age from Brazil, you know?
It
You don't,
depends on the person, right?
it depends for the person, but I'm saying, for example, this I gotta learn a language because if something goes wrong in Brazil, I go to another country. As you said, you are closer to another country than us. Then speaking another language is something that you, well, almost didn't have a choice. You learned. That was it. You had to learn.
Hmm.
We didn't have that much options. We were born in a country that was Portuguese, the main language. That was it. And if you
Hmm.
want to have job opportunities in the future that pays well, you were supposed to learn the English, but that's on your own.
Hmm.
You know, so you think out of the box, as we like to say, in a way that we have people here, entrepreneurs, um, adults, well-grown people that do not think like you. That's what I'm saying. Now, for people from your age, here, 20 years, Daniel, o que que uma menina de 20 anos estaria pensando? What a girl of 20 years old would be thinking about nowadays? Regularly in Brazil, generalizing, in your opinion, you can say it, please,
Dancing and drinking. Only this.
and posting OnlyFans.
Yes, this is it. The most way easily to learn money.
Uh-huh. So
I believe that.
when you speak like that, I'm like, man, look at this girl. This girl thinks just like a big entrepreneur, you know? But you were raised like that, you know. You were not like so just like as oh today I want to sound like no, that's you. That's natural from you. You should be proud of yourself actually.
Oh, okay.
Because
Thank you. How old
well,
are you, Johnny?
in Brazil you'd be rich, rich as fuck.
How
Because
old
this
are you, Johnny?
I'm 31.
21?
31.
Oh, I thought you said 21. I was like,
It's been 17 years that I'm teaching people, and I have, this experience of talking with foreign people, and I compare the mentality, just like I've done now, not from this class, but I know people, So I'm not trying to please you when I say it. I'm just saying because this is it. In Brazil, if you live here, you probably would have, I don't know, your own company or a big place on a big company, think like that. Because
hmm.
Brazil are all about parties and Instagram
Well,
and
that's also fun.
fighting because of politicians.
I mean, that happens. That happens everywhere. It's part of life.
Yeah, Brazil is fun. To foreign people, Brazil is fun. I can say it.
Hmm.
They're always having a good time. They're always like, oh, that's interesting. Well, let's go. Global perspective. You study issues like poverty and global conflict. Awesome. What do you think it is the biggest challenge the world is facing today, besides global warming?
I actually didn't even think of global warming first.
Awesome.
I think we have more urgent things, like
Okay.
political
What?
tensions.
Let me know. Tell me. I'm interested. What do you
Like,
mean?
did you hear that America is going to ban TikTok?
Yeah, yeah, me too.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, and I heard also that Mr. Beast wants to buy it.
Oh, really? Oh, that makes it even more interesting. But when I saw the news that America wants to ban TikTok because of relations with China, I was like, this is more than only banning TikTok. I feel like there's a big problem going on, you
Yeah.
know? But yeah, I think I'm not sure how to explain it good right now, but I think it's a pretty
Try to
big
explain.
challenge that we're facing.
I want you to try to explain. What do you think that it is? Prejudice?
How so?
You think that's prejudice? What do you think that's that all about? It's like what? Do you think it is really China trying to spy on United States? What do you think?
I don't think that, to be honest. I don't know because I'm not Chinese or American or any kind of big data operations person, but I think that the United States are scared of China, so they try to withdraw themselves, or at the same time they want to show dominance, like, oh, we don't need your TikTok and stuff like that.
That makes sense. Brazil, they have a straight impact on everything that United States do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can
They
you
are,
explain that?
I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to say it, but Brazilians like to say that they are South Americans. You know, like that, right there, we say we are South American, so we consume a lot of American content. Just that's why you see on interviews people saying that they learned English from music and movies and TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we tend to consume here in Brazil. On the last 20 years was television that really commanded the entire country. And when they say television, there was like one studio called TV Globo.
Mm-hmm.
The media of TV Globo was like dictating how was Brazil to be like. The internet broke it, and the way the internet
Oh.
and the way the social media influenced it, it is influencing people here in Brazil today was like television used to influence 10, 20 years ago. Just like if you are famous, if you are a sub celebrity, you are like a Hollywood star almost.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like,
Yes, this is it.
I'm choosing my words hardly today because I'm speaking to a person that do not speak Portuguese the way we speak. Because I could explain in like few seconds in Portuguese, but it's hard to explain everything that is going on. This is the first time you're seeing Esme, right, Esme? Right? It's the first time I'm seeing you, right?
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, so tired.
First time conversation. It is the first time conversation. We're gonna talk about everything that is going on.
Yeah, why not? I mean, why
Why
not?
not? Why not? Sim, Daniel, essa menina devia estar muito rica aqui no Brasil, cara. Menina, nossa, essa menina ia estar muito rica aqui no Brasil, mano. Vamos lá, we're almost finishing. And by the time that I finish the 10 questions, I promise you that I will finish
Oh,
it. Because thank you
no
so much
problem.
for being awake.
No, it's fun. I like it.
Oh,
Having a
personal
good
life.
time.
Let's talk a bit about you. What brings you joy in your life? I saw your Instagram account. It is all rock and roll. I love rock and roll style. I've been to
Yeah.
Linkin Park concert. Yeah, definitely. And whoa, any hobbies or habits that you keep motivated? Tell me about you.
I have a lot of hobbies and habits that I almost don't have time to do all of them. I like to go to concerts, but small concerts, like concerts with not that many people, so you can actually talk to people, stuff like that. And capoeira, I do it on Monday and on Saturday. And I live with my family, so my family and my dog that I see every
What is
day.
your dog?
What dog?
What is your dog's name?
His name is Magic.
Magic. Oh, so
Yeah.
beautiful. Well, I was about to ask you about something about your hobbies. Are you a headbanger?
Headbanger is like what? I don't do that actually. But I like to listen to heavy metal, but my favorite genre is black metal. So it's more like atmospheric. Like it's really focused on the atmosphere and wearing cool costumes and makeup. So
Okay.
yeah.
Random question about music. Do you like Linkin Park?
Yeah.
So I'm not that old
They're
because
cool. I haven't listened to them too much, but they're cool. Why?
you
Is
should,
that your favorite band?
yeah, it is. You should try the last album.
The last of them. Okay.
Last album was created um the end of the last year, and it is representing the 2000s,
Mm-hmm.
so 24 years ago. The name of the album is From Zero, and it is a representation of the Hybrid Theory and the Meteora albums that are the best albums from Linkin Park. So if you go for
Hmm.
Spotify and try From Zero Linkin Park, you're gonna love it. It is a new singer. It is a girl. She's
Yeah.
amazing. And Armstrong, gonna love it.
I saw her. I saw her in the videos. I really liked it. I saw that a lot of comments were like hating on her, like, "Oh, this is not Linkin Park," but it was good.
Yeah, because she's not Chester, and people do not
Yeah,
go.
that's true. It could be a man, but it's still not him.
That would not be the same thing ever. That was the best choice. Emily Armstrong was the best choice. And their single, she has other album called Dead Sarah from her on. It is amazing too. She
Okay.
screams and everything. Well,
All right.
I want to know about your hobbies in the future, tomorrow when you wake up and you have more. But it's amazing. That's amazing to know capoeira and everything. TikTok Discovery. That's something that really connected us. A Chinese app that is being banned in the United States, a
Mm-hmm.
country that teaches English as a main language, which it is not our first language here.
Mm-hmm.
That is connecting us. So you mentioned that you found us through TikTok.
Yeah.
What caught your attention in the videos, and how do you think platform like TikTok can be used to teach more people? No, just the first one. Just the first one. What caught your attention in the videos?
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
It's the accents of the people. The
Ah,
accents when the Brazilian people speak in English, it's so satisfying to me.
I
I
got you.
was like, this accent is so cool. Like, and I started to view the videos on the
Why?
page. Why?
Yeah, cool. Like why? Why? Why?
I really like it when Brazilian people speak English. It's something that's, I think it's the coolest accent out there, to be honest. I'm being honest. It's like ASMR. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know Daniel Bruno, but I am feeling really
For me,
interested.
the funny accent is the Indian accent.
That's a funny accent, but it's
Yeah.
more like funny. It's not satisfying like Brazilian accent is, you know? I was like, yeah, this is amazing. And I started to watch all of the videos on Speak English TikTok page. And
Thank
I
you.
became interested in like why some people speak English and others don't. So that's what.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was my question since I was like 11. You know
Which
that.
question?
Why do some people speak English and others don't?
It's a really logical question.
It's a logical question.
There is no simple answer to the question.
And trust me, to Brazilian people, it is not. It is so easy to sell English to Brazilian people because most of them do not speak English.
Hmm.
Most of them. And how do you sell it? Just like I'm doing right now. You just speak it. People look at you, oh, you speak English. And they say, yeah, I do. Oh, nice. God damn, man, how did you learn your English? And then there are the questions. Oh, I learned it with friends, years, and etc. So I realized it 3 years ago that this speaking English thing was a thing for
Hmm.
real, especially after the pandemic, because people spent 2 years not going to schools, not having proper education. There
Hmm.
was 2 years like that made me to think, how is people's reality about English nowadays for real? That's the origin from the interviews. And now I want to record as many people as I can just to see,
Yeah.
for real, what's going to happen in the future? Last but not least question to leave you to sleep and have your good your good night of sleep. Inspirational advice for anyone listening. You now that is being recorded, Bruna, Ju, Benji, Daniel, Julie, that is invisible next to the Benjamin, but Julie's there. Who dreams of making a difference in the world like you do? What would be your main piece of advice?
I feel like I'm not even allowed to answer this question because I'm not like anything special or something. Like I don't know why my opinion is like okay, but
So to people from your age,
hmm,
for 20-year-old girls from Brazil that I already told you here that it is not just like you that think out of the box, has this mature mentality. What do you, what if you could give them one advice? What would you say?
I think to care more about the people around them. Not saying that they don't, but like not only their family, also their neighborhood, their city, their country, and the world. I think that we would come a long way if everyone like started to be more conscious of what's going on in the place that they live. Yeah.
Start being more conscious about the place where you live. That's amazing. And not only the place that you live, but the place that you are, right? Not only that you live, because whenever you are, you got to be conscious about things that are going on around you, especially
Hmm.
on the digital area, because people are more
Yeah.
interested about numbers, how much followers, views, likes
Hmm.
people have, than they are members of family. That's why I brought my son here. I wouldn't be here like so. Oh, okay, I'm talking with you like that if my son wouldn't be here because I know
Hmm.
what he's doing right now. Um, my coworkers are with me too, so I am where I like to be, connecting with people, talking to people, speaking English, and that was amazing knowing you today. Nice to meet you, by the way.
Thank
And
you. Nice to meet you.
welcome, welcome to the team, by the way.
Thank you so much. I am so happy to be here.
Awesome. Vou falar em português um pouquinho. Se você quiser ser aluno da Esme, fala, eu quero ser aluno da Esme, e você vai ter aula com a Esme. E é isso. Fechou? Fechou, Esme? In English, in Portuguese, when you say fechou, it means deal.
For sure.
Yeah, fechou?
Like closed?
Yeah.
No?
Just like in the agreement that was closed, like we are together on this now. Like tamo junto.
Okay.
So repeat after me. Tamo junto.
Tamo junto.
Tamo junto, porra. É isso mesmo. If you need anything, let me know on WhatsApp. Thank you so much for all the answers, for your presence, for your response. I really liked you. If you need anything, let me know. Everybody, thank you for coming. I will send you this recording when it's ready. Don't mix up with drugs, gangs, alcoholic drinks, cigarettes, and Brazilian songs, especially Brazilian songs. Bye, Yasmin. Take care. See ya. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.